This is how it is today on Pop Culture Minefield. This is how it is today. This is how it is today on Pop Culture Minefield.
Oh, the music stopped.
Are
we on?
You were having a stroke.
Yes.
Are we on? Oh, we're
on.
Okay. Good morning. This is Pop Culture Minefield Military Monday, and we talk about military movies and TV shows and stuff. And Martin is here, and Anima is here, and Joe is here, and probably my fourth oldest friend, because I've known him since 1982 when we met. The year the woman I love and will marry was born. The year she was born is when I met this man, and we've lived together. Like when I got kicked out, I didn't get kicked out. My dad forced me out, forced my hand, and I just had to move out. And Charlie with it, because he's such a decent person, took me in. And what was so great about that, and I remember it to this day, is you had this book about when bad things happen to good people. And whenever I would take a shit in your bathroom, I would pick that book up and go, I will never read this, and then put it back on the counter. And it was a good book, though. I've read all about it later, and not long later, within a year, I was reading about it, and I'm like, oh, it's actually a really good book. I should read that. And then still never have. And also, we watched the final episode of MASH together.
Oh, yeah,
that's
friendship.
Because I had bonded walking from his radio station where he worked at WFEA, where I worked for a microsecond and did a commercial with him, and it was immediately fired. Because Dick Rossi did not like it. Did not like my he thought I was a stoner. Remember that?
Yeah.
Because I was doing a California guy. I was like, dude, totally, yeah, man.
Yeah, you
were
good shot, man.
Good shot, man. Because we were trying to get a new TV because I accidentally shot the TV with my BB gun or some shit, and it was. We thought it was funny. What's his name? The drunk thought it was funny.
Well, he thought anything was funny because he was drunk.
Yeah.
That explains a lot.
Boys, I need you to do a commercial for me, and I need it stat.
Boys, has always had that toothy thing going. Boys, I need you to do a commercial.
He's a nice guy because I listened to him. Because I actually listened to WFEA.
But one thing I loved about him is that the band REO Speedwagon, which was popular at the time, he called Rio Speedwagon, and I had to love
Rio.
I had to love him from then on.
It's like Rio. Rio is with an I.
Yeah.
So Charlie's hanging with us this morning, and we are talking about him being a regular part of this team and hanging out whenever the fuck he wants. And Gambit says hello to you.
Hello, Gambit.
And who's all here? Because I saw Emmanuel when I came in.
I
Emmanuel, you, Regis, and my buddy who lives right outside Paris, Aviar Della Obra. You three are the only French people in my life that I withhold ever saying anything negative about you, because you guys are wonderful. But I don't like France.
Gary.
Yes.
A fun fact. That the the name of your friend is the most Spaniard name I have ever heard.
Right? And the reason I became friends with this guy, a lot of people didn't want to talk to him. And he was one of the fans of my website, Blade Zone, back in the 90s. And he would, do you remember the Israeli-produced chat platform? It was really big. And I forget the name of it.
No.
And, oh my God, I wish I could remember the name of it. It was the biggest chat platform. And you're able to like put skins on the little window. This is back in 98, I think, when they came out with the first version of it. It starts with a C. Oh, it almost popped into my head. But anyway, it was a great platform, and we ended up putting a lot of Blade Runner stuff on there for other people. They'd go up and download. And the funniest part was someone had put up the blimp ad, from Blade Runner on there. And I went, oh, cool. So I went to download it, and I played it, and it was me doing an impression of the blimp ad that was on Blade Zone. It was one of our sounds. And somebody thought that was the actual, I did a good job, apparently. Off-world. You remember that ad? It was fucking good. Yep. The blimp ad. And I did the whole spiel. And I even did the lower voice. This has been brought to you with the Shumatsu Dominguez Corporation. It's clearly not a woman. It's just I was like, oh, okay. Easy days to the PCM tribe, brother. What are you doing, gamer?
Oh, look at this. Saving Private Primate.
Saving Private Primate. I also like to refer, I referred to it last night at some point as Apocalypse Park.
Yeah.
Because this movie is the best part of this movie is the Vietnam part. The guy that I looked it up and I messaged him through LinkedIn. I'm like, man, we're Eskimo brothers, man. We both worked for Dale Dye. He was one of the military advisors that worked for Dale Dye. And so we have that connection. And I'm like, I've been working for Dale for 20 years, man.
Yeah, but who's the guy? You only say the guy. What guy?
Fuck, make me go to LinkedIn. I'm terrible with names.
Writer, the director, the actor.
Military advisor.
Military advisor for the film. And he's a former U.S. Marine. And where the fuck is Pope?
I don't know.
It's not my days to keep up with him, Gary. I don't know.
Sure. I don't know what's going on with him. I'm going to start fucking messaging him. He
needs another love letter, Gary.
One of those. I wrote him a gay letter, and he responded, "I'll be there with my boots on, baby."
I told him
only the boots.
Only the boots. Yeah.
I told him the gayest branch of the military is not the Navy; it's the U.S. Marine Corps, and I can prove it because their slogan is, "We're looking for a few good men."
No, while you look for that, I'd like to address Charlie for a while. Charlie, having heard that your experiences with Gary and that you're his oldest friend, I want to say to you, my heart goes to you. I am so sorry that happened to you. Yeah. Anything I can do to lessen your pain, please let me know.
I have suffered the longest, my friend. I have suffered the longest. Yeah. No, Gary and I, we did like 1982. We had some adventures. We'll have to pass those on at some point over the years. Then we lost track of each other for about 15 years or something.
I looked for you and looked for you and looked for you because you moved to Richmond, and I kept finding numbers that were not working, and I got so frustrated and finally found you.
Right.
And I immediately messaged you like, dude, I have been looking for you for years and years and years and years. And I knew you didn't go far from Virginia because that's home for you, and but also I want to point out, I met him through my first ex-wife. They were friends. They even went out. And
she was my prom date for senior prom.
Yeah, prom date for senior prom.
I was the
And,
first one. I got her father's ire before Gary did because we were posing for prom pictures at their home, and I went to put my arm around her just to, a nice picture, and he just kind of gave me a look, and I was like, "Ew." Thought I'd
Sounds like
lose
me and
that
my buddy
arm.
Mark.
that was the biggest difference between you and me is I didn't mind letting him know I didn't like him. And I was a dick right back to him. It's like I remember what
I was just going to say. I just have a bad case of wanting everybody to like me. I've kind of gotten over that a little bit, but
oh, that's the worst right there. People pleaser. That's not fun.
I am so proud that I may have played just a small part in that.
At least,
because I've always pushed you to be more of a dick. Don't fucking let women have control of you and have all the power. You have to, take your power back, and I've seen so many huge changes in you since the last bad situation. I would have put it out there too. He had the sweetest daughter in the world and she passed away. And you're a guy that I'm like, man, I thought I've been through stuff. Man, I don't know if I'd make it through that. And, you pulled through, brother.
Yeah, well, that and then divorce and then back surgery that turned into a infection. So for about 3 years, life really sucked. Bad.
Oh, my God. With your back situation, I got so fucking worried about you because he had an open injury with pus coming out in his spine, out of his spine. And there's still his own lawyer sabotaged him in his lawsuit because he should be rolling in bucks right now. He should be paying my way through the rest of my life. But
Gary who?
Gary who?
Who is that again?
Yeah. What was the middle thing?
What was that middle thing?
What was that? The one
that was a great callback. Fish call Wanda, man. Good one.
Yeah.
What was that middle thing?
What was the middle thing? Don't call me stupid.
If there was,
oh yeah, if calling you stupid insults stupid people.
That's right. That's right.
So
and then the next beat, he's like, "I'm so very sorry to you and any of your relatives and any of your offspring.
I'm sorry.
Profusely apologize."
That was a total British.
And you're wearing his hat right now.
Yeah.
Oh man.
That's the same style of hat. The black low hat. That's this kind of shit CIA wears.
Yeah.
Spooks. So Gambit was the first person in the chat. Yo, what's up, brother? But I'm going to tell you, Gambit, you fucking cheated. That's at 5:00 this fucking morning.
Right?
Dick.
Come on, man. Only acknowledge the live ones. Come on.
Just so he can get that first comment in. I love you, buddy.
That's dedication.
Gambit is dedicated. He helps us so much with the YouTube algorithms because that guy makes some of the best comments on the channel. And what he does too, he will talk about a specific moment in the show and tag that minute. And oh my God, that just makes YouTube angry that they have to give us anything because they despise me, Charlie. They fucking hate guys like me because we're outspoken and we don't give a fuck. And so I want to thank you, Gambit, for doing that. Emmanuel's second one in the house with her little rubber hand that sticks on the wall. Remember the one string, the rubber string? And it was like sticky. It's not wet, but it feels wet.
Right. Slap it against it, it stays there.
And then you you eventually start slapping your friends with it from across the room because it stretches and you, bam, had so many of those taken away from us in school.
Oh, I need one of those.
You need something to hit me with. Snorty is here. What's up, Snorty? Took time out of his day of killing seals. His favorite is baby seals, like harp seals. He loves those. He is, of course, our in-house polar bear.
And we love you know what that means.
Oh, yeah.
Now that he has his video.
And?
No.
I like that. Do the snorty. Let's see who else is here. Penny is here.
Snortopupus is my brother's favorite name on friggin' YouTube when he pops into the chat.
You know what's ironic about it though is like I actually think of Snuffleupagus when he says
right. That's what I think of too. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah.
So I was actually thinking about putting just an image of Big Bird standing there as Snuffleupagus walks up to you and goes, "Hey, Big Bird."
No, it's just "Hey, bird." Wasn't it just always "Hey, bird"?
Yeah.
I thought he said Big Bird just first year of him. Because nobody believed in him. They thought he was a figment of Big Bird's imagination. Yeah. And I remember watching that religiously as a kid. Anyway, good morning, Penny. Let's see who else. Genghis Khan, of course, is here. My buddy that I met through doing Don's show, which we are doing a show tonight. I have not researched it because I'm going to bed right after this show. I'm going to go lay down because I'm fucking dead. 2 hours.
Once again, I have no tears for you because I worked all night, and here I am.
Yeah, you know, I was thinking about talking to you longer, but I was going to go to bed. And I went to bed. To bed. Couldn't fall asleep. I'm so honored. Thank you. I don't like France either. Well, I got to tell you, man, I've got hopes for Le Pen. I'm hoping she is everything she seems to be. And she's making headway, man. She's making headway. But, you know, I finally said last night on my X account, I said, look, man, we're now learning just how much criminal activity took place in the election. And it's really coming to light. And I said, but it's not isolated to the United States, this kind of cheating. And it's not Democrats do it. It's the communists who have infiltrated the Democratic Party. And they absolutely do it. They are cheating motherfuckers. And so I'm like, you guys better watch your elections over in the UK and France. Watch them close. Fight. Because what we're learning right now is horrifying, what they've been doing. We got video of some of the people down in Arizona now of them tearing open the machines and altering machines and closing them the morning after the election to make sure that they weren't caught with what they did. But they did get caught because they had CC fucking TV and recorded what they did. That's I think that's Phoenix where that happened. My old hometown. So and we pray for you, Emmanuel. We pray for you because things are bad over there. And by the way, how's the hubby? He jumped in the other day. It was really nice. But we rarely ever get the two of you on the show together. And I'm starting to wonder if you're still married. You're scaring me, Emmanuel.
Maybe they're the same person.
You and Regis.
There you go. I was thinking the same thing, Emma. I was on the same wavelength.
Oh, we're adorable now. Thanks, Emmanuel. I say all these nice things, and then you say that.
Well, you got two teddy bears here between you and me.
Yeah. Two giants, because you're a giant too. You know, that was the other thing I liked is we were close to the same height. And I'm not sure, were you taller than me? Because I'm 6'3".
We're roughly the same height. I might have a smidge of an inch.
And one of the funniest things was the night I first hung out with you over there overnight, because he did the overnight show. And he put the 8 tracks in and everything and get the music already rolling. And then we'd leave the radio station and walk about a mile to 7-Eleven to go get some delicious drinky treats. And the first time we hung out together, walking down that road, it's dark, middle of the fucking night. And he starts doing lines from American Werewolf in London when they're on the moors. And
David, what the fuck is that?
We did that whole scene. It was fucking funny. I'm like, yeah, that was the moment I knew we were going to be friends because that was fucking awesome. Like, oh my God, he's as big a nerd as me. He's still working right now. That's awesome. You work from home, so you're more available. Gotcha. Then why aren't you here every show? You have no excuse, young lady.
Dude, she's usually the first one joining us on the Saturday morning thing. So
Oh, I get this from Gambit. You're welcome, Henry. I mean, Gary. Ha 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 ha. Sorry if I'm butchering your name, Dick. I got kicked off a show last night because I got mad at the host, and he blocked me on Twitter.
What?
Yeah, I just stopped in to see what they were talking about, and he said he was drunk, and I said, "Well, you're handling yourself pretty well." I spoke too soon, and he just started like fucking like. So, what is your position on UFOs? I went, what do you mean by position? I was really confused by his questions, and I'm not going to say his name. And finally, it hit a point, and he's just being really abrasive with me. He told me what I need to do about my daughter. I said, she's 26 fucking years old. Yeah. Same age I was when I went in the Army. No. I said, she's living her fucking life. I may not be happy with some of her decisions, and I'm praying for her that she'll fucking get her head out of her butt on some things, but you know, I don't have a say in her fucking life. I do speak to her. I do give her my mind. Danny will tell you, I do speak my mind with my daughter. I'm very clear on things.
Almost every day, yeah.
Yeah.
And I tell her, you know, I even made fun of her when she called me. I said, okay, what bit of fucking drama is this one about? But instead, she told me that she moved out of that dramatic situation. And I'm like, oh, thank God, because I couldn't take much more of those fucking calls. I'm like, oh my God, you tap all my energy. This is the opening of Jurassic Park scene, even though there's no dinosaurs here.
What I love is the Hueys going over that rise. I mean, they're skimming the friggin' earth when they come over that thing. Man.
I knew you would love that show.
You know it, man. It's my favorite vehicle in the military ever.
Right.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So I'm going to pause it here for a second because I want to finish this story. So I'm on there, and I looked, and the other people didn't block me yet that were there. And one of them was a fellow combat medic. And which is really why I jumped in there. And this guy, I'll call him Sean. I won't say the rest of his name, and I won't say what he does. And, you know, at first he was like, man, we got to get you on the show and to promote your stuff. I said, no, we're fine. We're fine. I appreciate that, but I don't think that's necessary. I don't want that much more of an audience. I like what we've got. And I don't want to be the biggest show and make a ton of money. It's not why I do this. It's nice to get a few bucks, but I got to tell you, I like our audience. We have what I consider to be one of the best audiences of all our fellow channels. And they know more than anything, I like interacting with our chat. I'm always watching. Walter Cronkite in particular was in charge of reporting the situation from the broadcast area. Absolutely true. And my buddy John Osteen is here.
Hey, John.
Oh, he has
Good morning,
better
John.
comment than that. He has this one.
I've never been kicked off a show like Gary. Can Martin kick me off so I can experience the outlaw vibe? There you go. So what ended up happening, John, was he just kept like badgering me. And I finally said, what? I said, this is what I said. I said, what the fuck is going on here, man? I just came out here to say hi. I feel like I've walked into a bar and got my first beer, and the town drunk is trying to have a fucking fight with me. Boop. I was booted and immediately blocked. And I didn't care. I don't care, man. Because and then I made a post. My post didn't point any names or any of that shit, but I'll share it with you real quick here because it's still up there. In fact, I've got it at the top, pinned to the top on my page. So I was really fucking irritated because I was tired, ready for bed, and that fucking annoyed me. So it took me another half an hour to 40 minutes of deciding to write this and then posting it. So here you go. I don't know if you can read that. And I just said, look, man, I grew up in a home full of drunks and drug abusers. It was a fucking nightmare. Like, if they weren't alcoholics, they were drug abusers, but a lot of the drunks were also drug abusers. So it was that bad. A lot of abuse in that home. And I was blessed to never get hit with that. I did like to drink. Shit, I got drunk with Charlie a few times.
A few.
And but I got to tell you, man, when I hit my 30s, I wasn't interested in that shit anymore. I just didn't want to drink heavily anymore. I just didn't like my memories of that shit. And alcohol, and I never got into drugs ever. And booze just wasn't my thing. I would drink it to socialize, you know, because I love drinking beer and I love drinking Guinness in particular. And I just posted this thing going, man, I don't fucking want drunks in my life. One of my closest friends, I'll let him remain nameless, man. I grabbed him by the arm one night, and because he dropped into the apartment while Zoe was home, and he and his girlfriend were drunk. And I grabbed him by the arm and I leaned in close so nobody else could hear me. I said, this shit doesn't happen again. I don't want anybody drunk around my daughter. Because if she ends up drinking, which, by the way, she is a party girl, it's not going to be anything I taught her. That's shit she learned from other people. And she'll tell you, I did not drink around her. It was a rule. And I don't like that shit. I didn't want to be what I was confronted with as a child. And and I really do hate being around drunks because they have a tendency of being very verbally aggressive and belligerent. The more they drink, they seem to want to fucking fight, argue about something. And that's not what I want. If I have an argument with somebody or a debate, I want them sober. And I think there's this little thing too that happens to me. It's happened since I was a child. I become very quiet around drunks. And it's because I'm uncomfortable around them, because it takes me back to my childhood and I don't like it. So
that, and it's not worthwhile talking to a drunk because they ain't going to hear you anyway.
No, and that's what was going on. He just kept interrupting me and going at me. Well, if you go on another show and they ask you, and I'm like, dude, I don't do other shows. And he says, well, you're the host of that show. I said, no, I'm the co-host. Don Ecker is the host. And he says, well, why did you have you on there? I said, you fucking ask him. I think it's because I'm funny. Because that's all I really bring to it. I bring a little bit of knowledge about stuff, especially military stuff. But I don't know why he wants me on his show. I'm his buddy, and he likes having me around. Mark Center's there because he's been involved in it. I have read books. That's all I ever did. I didn't get into investigation shit. I used to drive when we lived in Virginia. I used to drive out in the country, my lights off, because even when you and I walked from the radio station at 7-Eleven, man, there was always in the back of my mind, wonder if we could get abducted by aliens, get probed. You know?
Can I put the movie back up, Gary?
Yeah, if you want to. If that's really what you want to do.
Well, we have an hour and 20 minutes of slideshow. And I don't want to do a 3-hour show. I'm too tired for that.
It's the standard.
They're always 120. Yeah.
Wow. Vietnam, 1968. That's the year of the Tet Offensive.
Yes.
In fact, that's when you hear them saying something about being overrun over the radio, his home base, that's the Tet Offensive. A lot of people didn't catch that watching the film. That's what was going on. I only know that because military history stuff. There's a reason why I work for Dale Dye and why Dale Dye likes me, because I do know my history. Yeah, Andy Morrow, another one I met because of Don Ecker. Andy Morrow, John Ostains, and Genghis, or if I were John Kerry, Genghis Khan.
Right.
No, I will never fucking say that. The first sign you're a fucking idiot is if you say Genghis. Why? Because that makes you a pretentious asshole.
Mm-hmm.
Say it that way.
So the first thing I noted in the film, other than genuinely looks military, from my eye view, but the music they played, because that's who I am, having been a DJ and such like that. For example, "Fortunate Son," it's too early for that movie, that song in this
Yeah,
film.
that came out in 70, 71.
In the 60, either late 68 or early 69. Same with
Well, CCR for me was the real band of the Vietnam War.
Right.
The Doors, because I've been in this debate with Don for a long time. I
Yeah.
said the reason why is because Fogerty, like Jimi Hendrix, served during the war.
and
And
that's
although
Fogerty-
Hendrix served before the war, but
yeah. "Run Through the Jungle's" the other song they used by CCR in this, and that
it's
one,
about Vietnam.
no, it's not. If you look
I
it up,
could have sworn I read that up about him that he
it's
wrote.
about guns in America, believe it or not. The proliferation of guns in America. I looked that up too, and that was more like 1970 or 71. Again, a lot of these songs are associated with Vietnam War, not necessarily because of the time frame, but because other other folks have done it. That's kind of a note I made myself too, is that it felt like, okay, your standard Vietnam War soundtrack, like Forrest Gump, and like that. Now, "Time Has Come Today" by the Chambers Brothers, that was legit. That's from 66. But anyway, that's why I put Mr. Know-It-All under my name, if you didn't notice, just because I will.
Oh, I
pop
can't
off.
read that fine print.
Yeah, I pop off with some of this shit every once in a while. So, but anyway, that was my insight on that, on the soundtrack, which otherwise, is fine. But I think they also had choppers flying in when "Fortunate Son" was on, and I seem to remember that vividly from Forrest Gump too. That and you've got that music playing, but that's just my pickiness when it comes to that. Man, I made it get quiet real quick.
No,
It's
not at all.
talking.
No, you get this scene we're seeing here is the standard introduction to the squad we're going to see during most of the movie. They're on a mission to clear something here.
Right.
And,
Yeah,
we
but
find
this
out
whole
about all the
introduction to
characters.
the team is way too long. It's like half an hour. Usually that's done in 10 minutes.
Right. And the movie clocks
whole
in at
movie is
about
too
what,
long.
210, I think.
It's
Yeah.
a
So
long movie.
you
Way
could
too long.
shorten it a little, tighten it up a little.
Yeah, it's like I'm sitting there and I'm ready for the end of the movie, and they're just getting to the river.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Yeah. I got you. Yeah.
And "Fortunate Son" is another one, and it was written about that period.
That definitely was. Yeah. I mean, it alludes to, senator's son or a millionaire's son.
Well,
getting
that's
out
something
and
that all of us grunts would say. And I actually met somebody who was like that. And when things escalated in the Middle East, he's like, "Oh, I don't want to be a medic now. I only joined the military for college." And I'm like, "Well, that was kind of stupid."
Yeah.
That's why I joined the military. Why is that stupid?
No, to only have joined for that reason.
Oh,
It's like, you have to do soldier shit, right?
yeah, you have to, actually get dirty. You know that, right?
And so he made a phone call, and I heard his phone call. And next thing you know, he gets pulled out and he gets put in as he changed his MOS to be working in an office, taking a desk job. And he was gone. And I'm like, holy shit. And I thought, do I have anybody to call in case I don't want to go to war? No. So I just went to our drill sergeants, and Holland, Julio, and I, all three of us went in there and said, man, if you just want to send us, do it now. We'll go. And he looked at us and goes, we really can't do that. We just do that to scare the shit out of you. And he goes, what's wrong with you three? And we're like, we love our country. And I said, I'm way older than you guys. I'm older than you, my drill sergeant. I said, so I'm would rather go than a kid. If I could save one kid from having to go, I'd do it.
Now, this guy, Jeremy Piven, I always enjoyed.
Love that guy. John Cusack's best friend.
Yep. They came up in Chicago together, doing learning acting, taking acting classes and stuff like that.
He's Ari with a Southern accent in this movie.
Yeah. So, being a Chicagoan.
And I've never seen that show, by the way, Entourage. I've never watched it.
Oh, he's the highlight of that show.
I loved everybody in that show.
Yeah,
I love everybody in that show, and I just never watched it. I don't know, wasn't interested in Hollywood stuff like that.
Yeah.
Because like the last thing I want to do is do that. And by the way, I talked to Eric Audi about coming back on the show because he has officially been blacklisted in Hollywood, and because he's taken stands and openly spoke out against some of the shit going on in Hollywood, and because of that, his jobs dried up. He's not getting hired for it. The last thing he was in was that movie where he was a stuntman. What was that? It was Chris, not Chris Pine. It was the guy I think that played Captain America. I don't know.
Chris Evans.
It's in the French girl who's going to marry Tom Cruise now. That's in Ballerina is in it. And it's a romantic spy action comedy. And he's in a combat scene early in the film and he gets killed, a desert chase scene. And then I spotted him again later in the rotating restaurant action scene.
The girl's Anna de Armas, I think.
No,
I think she was the one that's in it. And again, I spotted him like, dump, and I paused it and showed Danny. I'm like, there he is. That's my buddy Eric. They're doing stunts because that's what he is. He's a stuntman and actor. And he's had a movie made about him, and he's had Locked Up Abroad, an episode of that made about him because he had some crazy shit happen to him. He got lied to is how he ended up in prison. He got used by a friend, and they set him up, and he ended up going to prison. I don't think it was Turkey, but it was like Turkey. So it was like Midnight Express kind of situation.
Oh,
and he got out of there, thank God.
They
and
muled him, huh?
it was a bad situation for him. And I would say more like the prison experience was like that. And of course, the real guy said Midnight Express is not what it was like. He said he sued him. He said you put shit in there that never happened. Yeah. To sex it up, and it pissed him off. So if you read,
he must be talking about the friggin' girlfriend scene when she comes to visit him. No,
well, the RAPE stuff, and the sexual shenanigans between the main character and John Hurt in the film, having a relationship, because that never happened either. He says, I can proudly say I never had that experience. Forced on me or otherwise. He says, just didn't happen.
Good Lord.
What you had in that prison, he said, there in Turkey, was some very violent people.
Oh, shit.
And I thought that was interesting. It was a good interview, too.
But
yes,
you got
some of the best music. You got that, buddy.
You got the typical squad members. This is pretty generic stuff here. You got the one guy that's got everything everybody needs. You got the drunk. You got
the new guy.
The PTSD guy that has voices in his head, and of course he's the sniper, right? I immediately thought of Charlie and Wonder Woman. Same thing. Yeah.
As Animal was saying, the FNG, fucking new guy.
Yeah, the fucking new guy, right? Mm-hmm.
And
but I love the guy that's the head of their unit. He'll always be Jason Stackhouse to me. I dig that guy. He's really good.
I thought the cast did a fairly good job, and I think the military advisor for this was outstanding because I did, learn this that trigger discipline did exist during the Vietnam War, but it was not practiced by everybody.
Yeah.
And modern military, you know what we're talking about. That's where your finger sits outside the
Mhm.
firing well, you know, where the trigger is. You don't fucking, as drill sergeant will beat that shit into you in basic. Stop fingering that weapon like it's your fucking 16-year-old girlfriend at prom night, you
Right.
know? And,
Well, what
and
impressed me was, you know, in some of the scenes where they're getting attacked from all sides, they're not on full auto. They're shooting semi a lot of this movie, man. And I was like, wow, that's impressive.
that's real.
Yeah.
That's real.
Because you know,
Combat
usually
guys,
in action movies, it's just
no,
cutting loose, right?
No reload
it's a
unless it's
waste
plot
of
driven.
ammo. Yeah, plot driven. You don't fire full automatic. You know, you want controlled fire.
Yeah.
And you don't want to waste your fucking round. You only fire when you see something to shoot at or suspect something. Like if you see a flash, you fire 3, maybe 4 shots right where you saw that flash.
Mhm.
And you will often hit a guy. And
Well, Gary, I
Vietnam
got to
is,
head. You guys have fun. It was good to meet you. Charlie,
take care of your mom.
yourself.
Sure,
Yeah,
sure.
for sure. Got to go
Bye,
pick up
Joe.
And if you
Thomas.
get back in time, I hope you can rejoin us.
I hope so. I'd love to see how this ends because I didn't get to finish it. I got about I got about 3/4 of the way through.
Well, the dinosaurs win and all humans die. It's the alternate
Excellent.
universe.
That's what I'm talking about. All right, you guys be good. See you later.
You too,
Bye-bye.
brother.
Bye.
And then there were 4.
I really don't know what's going on with Pope because we miss him when he's not around because he's so fucking funny. And he's one of those, he's a Marine. And so I like to fuck with him, you know, that about how gay the Marine Corps is. And in fact, I wrote a letter to him asking, where the fuck are you? In fact, oh, you know what?
Live on the
Okay,
show,
right
and
now.
he joined 2 minutes later.
I'm going to do it
That
now.
was fun.
Go to Yahoo Mail. Like, I will say the FAG word to him. Where are you? You know, I thought you and I had something special.
Oh, just another butt at a glory hole. Yeah.
No.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah, I did. I went there. That's another butt at a. Oh, but I did want to note too, coming from a screenwriting background, that this, the dialogue wasn't too bad, wasn't real clinky clunky. There are a few good lines in it, like the one guy saying, "What
Oh,
the
it
fuck,
was
dinosaur?"
sometimes.
I'm sorry. What'd you say?
Some of the parts of dialogue are cringy.
Oh yeah, well yeah. And I guess
Being
I'm
in
a
a
little.
cave full of dinosaurs, and the black dude goes, "We walked right into a nightmare." Who says that in such a situation?
You got a point. I do remember that now that you pointed out. Way to pick them out there. That's a good catch. Well, I did like the line of, "What fucking dinosaurs? What is this, the fucking Flintstones?" I did like that one. I thought that was kind of funny. But it's the kind of thing I would throw into a script. Just, break tension and shit like that. Martin, are you still there, man?
yeah.
No, he's never there.
He's never there.
I'd
No,
like.
he's a figment of my imagination.
Oh, Martin Figment. Nice to meet you. You get two blabbermouths like me and Gary together, it's hard to get a word in edgewise.
Yeah.
And a hush fell over the.
I'm writing our favorite Marine a letter right now. I wrote, "Yo, Marine, where are you? I thought you worked later now so you could join us. We need some diversity on the show." Wink, wink. Did I do the wink? Yeah, I think wink works. I don't like that one now. Where's the one with the toothy smile and the wink? There it is. That's the one I wanted. I like a toothy smile when I'm making gay jokes.
Yeah, man.
There we go. So there you go. I asked, where the fuck are you? I think the movie is praiseworthy myself for some of its stuff I didn't like. There's a whole bunch of shit I did. And I think one of the best things about this fucking movie is the gentleman who was the advisor on it. Let me look it up real quick because I didn't open up LinkedIn earlier.
One name in the credits I caught,
The
just
CGI
watching the
is
credits, I
pretty
wanted to
too.
see where it's shot. And I'm taking it a shot in Australia, but I could be wrong.
Yes.
It is.
Yeah. And
It is an Australian film, yeah.
yeah. The one of the people's names was Silverado something. And I just loved it because Silverado is one of my favorite movies. Just a silver that caught my eye. It was just like,
Yeah, I was confused at first because I didn't know a single actor in this movie. And then Gary pointed out it's Australian, so maybe that's why.
Not even Jeremy Piven?
No.
you didn't
Don't
know
think I've
Jeremy
seen him in
Piven?
anything.
I'm trying to think. Gross Point Blank. What else was he
Yeah.
in? He's in a lot of stuff. He was in a lot of stuff when he was a kid, when he was younger. Funny thing was in the movie Say Anything, that was like 1989 or so with John Cusack.
That's
in
one of the
Eye
later
the
films.
Sky. He was already balding at like whatever age he was, like 20 something. So he wears a rug, or he's got a, what do they call him?
Piven? Yeah.
I mean, he was just balding as hell as a young guy. But
Yeah, he began balding in his 20s,
yeah,
like Patrick Stewart did.
yeah. I heard Patrick Stewart in an interview the other day say that when he went to network for Next Generation, they wanted him. They said, "Do you have a wig?" Yeah,
I have a photo of it.
And it's like blonde or something, right? I think it's
Oh
like
my
a
God.
blonde, and it just you look at it, it just totally throws you. It's just like
That can't look good.
yeah. He
So,
did a lot for bald men because he
did.
He had striking looks even though he was bald, and that helped.
So
Yeah, he's
Freddie
pulling it
Joe
off.
Farnsworth is the military advisor on this film. He was born on March 26, 1968 in Muncie, Indiana. Freddie is the son of Win and Brenda Farnsworth. Freddie was born in Muncie, Indiana, and grew up in Pinedale, Wyoming. Freddie Joe Farnsworth was an IPRA bareback and saddle bronco rider and is an excellent rider in the rodeo circuit and performs all of his own horse stunts in films, both Western and English. He joined the United States Marine Corps in 1985 and was stationed with the 1st Battalion, 7th Marines, March until July of 1991. At the time, he went to Marine combat training in Camp Pendleton as a troop handler, weapons, and tactical instructor. He served in both Desert Shield and Desert Storm, which is the same thing, really. It's just escalation, the war. Escalation, Shield, and Desert Storm was when the ground war began. So he's worked on a lot of shows, The Unit, and I started noticing that he was working on stuff specifically that Dale Dye had worked on. And I went, oh, and I looked and I'm like, oh, he was with Warriors Inc. So we're like in the same boat. We both work for Dale Dye. I thought that was really cool.
Yeah.
Including one of the films was Starship Troopers.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you see a lot of good tactical movement in this. There's a scene when they get off the boat. You'll see the sergeant is actually walking backwards while the rest of the troops are moving forward. And I'm like, yep, that's set, taking up the rear. It's not just for backdoor action. It's also for when you're inserting into a location, everybody's moving forward, but the guy taking up the rear is aimed backwards in case there's any enemy trying to sneak up.
One thing you educated me in, I believe you pointed it out from Saving Private Ryan, this famous shot of them walking across the sunset or whatever, and they're in single file.
Mm-hmm.
You remember that?
Oh, yeah, when they're walking up.
You never do that.
It's called making a silhouette. You never make a silhouette.
Right.
First thing you learn in basic training, never make a silhouette. Don't
They
walk
do that
around.
in here at about the 48-minute mark there. Except they're horizontal across the screen but they're all, coming this way.
Well, the second thing about
Cool.
Vietnam, especially when it involved the rice paddies, is you couldn't walk through the rice paddies. You had to, and there's this misnomer that the VC and NVA would put mines inside the rice paddies. And I'm like, no, they wouldn't do that, because they knew the only people they would fucking kill were Vietnamese.
Right.
Because they're the ones that worked the rice paddies.
Right.
Soldiers walked on the dikes. There were lesbian women that they would stack up and walk over them.
Laid them into
It's about
inappropriate.
YouTube's like, you can't say that. Fuck, I did. What do I do now? So, but yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
And I've made fun of quite a few things on Saving Private Ryan. Had many a conversation with Dale and Julia about that movie.
Yeah.
And his answer to me is, because he had the same problem. And Spielberg would say to him, this isn't the real military. This is a movie about soldiers.
Right.
And Dale would go, okay, and acquiesce, even though he would advise against it, because other veterans would be watching and bitching about it. And it was right. The whole
Gary,
opening
I'm
combat
getting a little
scene.
thirsty, so bear with me a second.
Oh, fabuloso.
Okay.
Excuse me. So I want to share some stuff here, so I will set them up real quick.
How we doing on time there, Anima?
Yeah, that's all she does. She watches.
No, she doesn't.
Time.
No, I just get nervous when we're like through the first hour of the show and we play 20 minutes of the slideshow, because then I know we're going to go over, and my limit is pretty much at 2 hours. I don't want to go longer than that.
Right. I gotta get to bed.
Especially when
sometime.
everybody's tired, like today.
Yeah. And you have another show.
You got
at
to
what time?
remember.
4
No, Gary
o'clock
has
today later. Gary does.
at 6. But you've got to remember, most shows we do start at 10 p.m. for me. So I do not want
This
to go
is
past midnight.
Charlie with his favorite beverage.
You couldn't crop that or anything.
Well, I cut your weenus out, if that's
Oh
important.
yeah. At least I was dressed by then.
They're chugging some Fabulosa.
What is that?
It's cleaning fluid. And
With a very strong scent to it.
it smells great when you
Yeah.
clean a place with it. And
yeah.
I saw it in the background in the I don't know if that's your headboard or a bookshelf, but there's a shelf there on camera.
By the way,
and I said, you're not supposed to drink that because it looks like a bottle that he's been drinking out of.
by the way, that was a joke.
Yes. Oh yeah.
Hey.
Okay.
We are not saying or encouraging people to
Do not drink
No,
Fabuloso.
it will kill you.
Yes, it will. This, by the way, is Diet Mountain Dew with orange juice.
Connie Cleary
It
is
will
here.
also kill you.
I see Connie is here, and I see 11 Alpha just jumped in. So good morning. Happy Monday.
Oh yeah, and who do I talk to get money from petty cash for having to pay to see this thing?
Wait a minute, you paid to see this?
Yes, I did. I rented it from
You and I need to talk later.
Okay, we can do that. We certainly can do that.
Because it counts on the film. I will pay to see it.
Yeah.
But this one, absolutely not necessary if you have access to it.
Yeah, this is my first rodeo, I've commented before, but I don't think I might have been a guest once or twice, but I haven't been assigned a task kind of to be part of. So newbie FMG.
What is this? This movie had mixed reviews. Saw that one, but I thought at first it was American. Yeah, it was Australian. I was really surprised because Australians were in Vietnam that they didn't have like Australians in it.
Right.
And it's like they went for all Americans, even though they did have Australians in it, but they were doing American or Russian. I've seen and by the way, the Russian accents were fucking awful.
Yeah, they're terrible.
It's almost as bad as when you have somebody doing a fake German accent going, "That is the way you do it." It's like, don't do that. That's not how you. Yeah, you don't sound German. You sound like you're from Hollywood.
That is not the way you do it.
Yeah, they do a lot of Z's. Spielberg tried to get the film to be as accurate as possible. What he did is, and again, I'm speaking from knowledge, that all the combat scenes were directed by Dale Dye. The only thing that pisses me off, he got no credit for doing it. Spielberg sat down for that entire beat scene, playing on his Game Boy, planning out Medal of Honor, showing it to Dale Dye, and Dale Dye, I don't care about video games. What are they going to do? Boy, did he learn. He said that on our show. Dale said that on our show.
Wow.
We talked about it. And there she is from Battlestar Galactica, as well as the TV show Lucifer.
Did Martin disappear on us?
His internet drops sometimes.
Oh, Saving Private Ryan is very unlegit in certain spots. I went to see it with a bunch of veterans, and most of them combat veterans. And there was a bunch of shit in that movie, dude. When Dale wasn't directing, there were shenanigans in that movie. Speaking full voice in German occupied territory, walking over a ridgeline in German occupied territory, walking less than 3 meters apart, and talking full voice. And then a dipshit in the film says, "Hey, do me a favor. Stop saluting the captain. You want to get him shot?" And my response was, "Hey, tell him to take those captain bars off the back of his helmet too. That's a really good sniper target."
Yeah.
Fucking stupid shit like that in that movie.
Yeah.
When it wasn't stuff Dale was doing, he was criticizing it, and Spielberg goes, "This is movie making, not military." And he goes, "Okay, you're in charge. You're the boss."
Exactly. The one thing most people, or I don't think anybody can argue with, is the first 20 minutes of the film.
Well, that's it, because that is directed by
argue
Dale,
with that.
that entire combat scene.
And that's the part that veterans came out of, thankful for seeing, because people were seeing.
Well, they also, because during our watch, a lot of the combat vets got up and walked out for a little bit to take a smoke break, because it was stressing them out. Because it was so fucking brutal and so real.
Well, you showed me that opening at like 3 a.m. and it broke me.
Yeah.
We have a rule now about not doing shit like that when it's late for me, because
there we go. Gambit says,
on that.
"This is the way you do it, yeah."
Oh, God, yeah. Makes my brain hurt when they do that.
This movie cost $7 million, dude.
Yeah.
And it only made 1.2.
Yeah, but I tell you what,
theatrically.
Yeah, theatrically. But the thing is, it doesn't look bad. I don't think
it's great.
I think it looks great. Yeah, I mean, it just shows.
And I love the combat scenes; they're really good.
Yeah, and even
my problem with the combat scenes is the bullets would be doing a lot more damage than what they show.
Yeah,
and that annoyed me. And here's the other thing. An intelligent creature, and we do suspect that both the Velociraptor and the Deinonychus were extremely good pack hunters, very smart, shrewd, which they show in Jurassic Park. But what they show in Jurassic Park are not Velociraptors. That's the Deinonychus. Velociraptors are little guys, and they show it in this one. And so they show them as being very intelligent, but they don't learn to avoid the bang bangs.
Right. At
And
one
I'm
point
like-
in this one, they do start biting like the barrels of like the big guns or the tanks or whatever they are. They do end up.
Well, yeah, you see the T-Rex grab I think it's the female T-Rex grabs the barrel of the mounted 20 millimeter Russian 20 millimeter.
Yeah.
And because I'm telling you right now, that gun would have killed both those T-Rex. No way they got through that. The other thing, you see one of them grab a helicopter and start to pull it down. Okay. And then all of a sudden the blade should be hitting that T-Rex and they cut away. And I'm like, that T-Rex is dead.
Yeah. Well, and you're right though, the inconsistency of how the ammo affects the dinos it's a big inconsistency there. It's just just kind of takes you out of it for a moment, because sometimes they sit there and with a handgun go boom, like the gal had a handgun, and that would drop one of them. But then other times you're sitting there emptying your fucking gun on it and it doesn't drop. So little consistency, please.
Yeah, please.
Yeah, do you want them invincible or not? Make up your mind.
Yeah.
So possibly the kind of movie that could make its money in physical media, which I said they've made their money. And that's really what it was. They didn't market this film very much. They probably put a few $100,000 in marketing the film.
They didn't have the budget for marketing. They needed to put every
$7 million film,
CG.
and they probably got a little bit of marketing money from the distributor, and at most another $1 million.
Yeah.
And so you did see some really cool TV promos and stuff and on YouTube, but past that, they didn't pay to put it on much TV.
I think Sam Goldwyn's the distributor, at least here in America,
in the United States.
In the United States, and that they didn't. It was a limited release. I mean, it didn't go out wide anywhere.
Yeah, it opened in August 21st, and it was out of theaters in under 2 months, and was already on video demand this last week. And I'm like, that was a fast turnaround. And that's because they knew that was where they were going to make their money. So good call. 11 Alpha, by the way, this is my buddy Charlie, next to Martin, between Martin and Anima. And he's my fourth oldest friend. And I don't mean age-wise, but also age-wise. But the person I've probably known the longest outside of Jim Woodward, Mike Beatty, and Vic Armstrong, who are my three oldest best friends from school. And by the way, she's gorgeous. I've always loved her. She was so awesome as the main Cylon in Ronald D. Moore's Battlestar Galactica reboot.
Right.
And she was the one having because there was like different versions of her, but the one that was the main version was one that had a relationship with Baltar on the show. Gaius Baltar. Good show. I do love Jeremy Piven. They show him lose his shit in a way that I don't think I've ever seen an officer lose their shit. So I thought it was a little over the top. But I do like his character. But he is also a character written in a conflicting way. Because he makes it sound like he doesn't know about these things.
Mm-hmm.
And then later he says, because he goes, what? When they said we have dinosaurs, he goes, what the fuck are they talking about?
If I may,
Go
yes,
ahead.
it was a little confusing in the movie. Once you know the story of the character in the book, you understand that was a little failure, if you ask me, on the director's part, because what they are what they are looking for is the collider installation. So
Because it's causing problems. Yeah,
yes,
the Russians.
he knows there's a collider installation on the books. What they don't know about is about the dinosaur. So at first he got into that kind of shock. What dinosaurs? And then that is why that claw looks so new.
As she
Oh.
explains later, it's like the collider opened up wormholes, and that's where the dinosaurs came from.
He's incorrect in her science that if
Yeah.
you bomb it, you'll be bombing other places. No, that's not how that shit works.
Yeah.
That's not how that works. It's like when Marvel does string theory, and I'm like, that's not how you science. That's not how string theory works. I'm not a fan of string theory. I'm with certain other physicists who are trying to push to look at ones, because you can't. You can never test string theory. But some of the other theories that are out there can be tested, or at least we're getting close to being able to test. So I wanted to go back to that because they show some of these guys with AK-47s in there, and that is true. Mac VSOG, as well as the kind of team that this was, absolutely did carry AK-47s, but not because they were great fucking weapons, but because they knew they were going to be getting close to enemy areas. And when they fired the AK-47s, it got the job done, but it confused the enemy because they weren't hearing the pops from American weapons. They were hearing their own weapons. And it confuses the enemy. It really does. Because they hear an AK-47 and they're looking for other, like, why are we firing?
Now, there's what I think is a little anachronism in one of the weapons of the American squad. And it's one stock. That stock did not exist at the time. One of this, and that's and I think maybe, and you can correct me here, Gary, because it's not a correction. I have a doubt. I have not been.
Let's hear it.
Are the uniforms period accurate?
They are Vietnam era, but I'd have to go look year to year. At the time that this is taking place in '68, Army had regular olive drab cargo pants, and they had combat. What do you call it? Blouses. These are that's a fucking Russian. Yeah, but they are wearing Alice packs correctly. They're wearing the proper LBEs. That is period. And the weapons they're carrying, that is the M16A1. I'd have to look at the selector switch to know for sure. But I think that is an A1.
I think
but
there's one.
They're not real guns. Let me get this out. They're not real guns for the most part. A lot of the weapons fire is CG, and there's a close-up of the black dude firing, and it was like instant. My eye looks for this shit. I saw a seam line on the upper aiming arm of the M16 that sits up on the rail. Well, they don't have rail systems, but today when you put that on, it's on a rail system. And so the upper part of the receiver is there's no seam line on that. What people think is the grip. And there is no seam line on that going up the middle. And if you see the seam line, that's a plastic gun, not a proper replica. That right there. Because I could see it, even with that low res image, I could see the fucking seam line. It drives me up a wall when I see that shit. I'll give you an example.
Gary.
What?
That
Hey, Regis!
comment.
What's up, buddy? I also wanted to go to this. Absolutely correct, my friend. 6. Not to be mistaken with our 6, but and by the way, Alpha, I don't know if you knew this. She streamed for the very first time through her channel on YouTube, and she invited me, and I joined her for that. That was fun. And now she wants to do it again, and she wants Anima to join her. Girl power. Yeah, SOG used wide. In fact, by '68, the preferred pants of Mac V SOG was blue jeans by Levi Strauss. The reason why is because military cargo pants hold water, and they can really bog you down when you're walking through bogs. There, see the line? See the line? You can see that fucking line. Drives me crazy when you can see that. Somebody go in there with some Bondo or something, sand that shit out, and then spray paint it again. God damn, man, I fucking hate that shit. Let's see if I can find it. So here is an example of what I'm talking about. You can see it in the upper receiver right here. That's a real M16. There's no line, no seam line. But what seam line am I talking about? Here you go. I will show you what that looks like. And this is a replica. This one, in fact, is made of plastic. It's an airsoft gun. See the line going up the middle of the upper receiver?
Yep.
Sighting system. That's what you see in this movie. And it drives me insane when I see that shit. Like somebody didn't take the time to Bondo that line out.
All the CGI they did couldn't fix that.
Well, they did have an awful lot to do.
Yeah.
Yes, Swedish K. In fact, 68. There was also the use of the H&K 91, which had been around for 4 years, and it is an amazing fucking weapon. The Heckler and Koch 91, hell of a fucking weapon, man. And you see one in this movie. I can't remember who's carrying it, but I do remember seeing it in the film. High-powered rifles, especially if you're going to be doing long shooting, and guys in combat do not fire full automatic. The only time you see full automatic is when you're laying down suppressing fire, and that's usually with machine guns or light machine guns. Is he the hammer? The hammer.
Hammer. Stop.
I haven't
Hammer
seen him
talk.
yet. Oh my God, Hammer Time. That's right. You didn't open with that gay clip. Usually you do on Monday.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Skibbity, skibbity,
Okay.
skibbity, spin. Stop. Hammer time.
God.
Now Martin is
damn.
happy. Hey, I have to put up with that fugly beaver. You can put up with that clip.
Oh. That's how it is, no? So there you go.
Oh, yeah, there we go. This episode's been brought to you by Backdoor Beaver. That's right. Pop Culture Minefield's only advertiser, Backdoor Beaver. You have not tasted his delicious, fresh backdoor popcorn until you taste that delicious, creamy, almost frothy, buttery beaver anal gland butter.
Fuck you, Gary.
Mom, get me some more of the buttery anal gland,
Beaver glands.
beaver gland, popcorn.
Hey, I met a guy who that's one of his biggest things he does is milking anal glands on animals.
Tough job, but somebody has to do it.
People think I'm kidding. It's a real thing. Some animals will get backed up and have all kinds of problems if they don't get taken care of that way.
Got to take care of your anal glands, folks.
Who else has popped in? Of course, Regis is here. 11 Alpha, Andy Morrow, Connie Cleary. Yeah. Good morning, everybody. Happy Monday. Thank you, Snort.
Oh. The 11th Alpha Saboteur.
Oh, yeah. There we go. Special Forces.
Nice.
And that looks like is that a grease gun? What is that?
No, it's not a grease gun.
Is that a German? What is that? I just can't see it well enough. I'm squinting because it helps me look at the darker areas. I just can't make out what that is. Is it a Schmeiser?
Swedish K.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Hey, CJ.
Grease guns were very popular too because they fired the 45.
Yes.
And it was lightweight, cheaply made, but that sucker worked all the time. Rarely jammed. People told me, well, the AK-47 rarely jams. So that's a lie. That is an absolute fucking lie. That's not true. They do jam. They're absolutely garbage weapons. CJ Prime, buddy, I hope you're doing well, man. It's good to see you. And thanks for sharing that, Alpha. I appreciate it, man. And Alpha, this is my buddy Charlie, like I said. I wasn't a child, but I was a teen when we met.
So Charlie's your oldest victim.
Yeah.
And by the way, I meant to come back because I did like what you said there. And thank you. I had it stuffed myself. So today we are talking about Apocalypse Jurassic Park.
Apocalypse, not now, later.
Don't get me wrong, the idea that the Russians might have had a collider as early as Vietnam, it's really reaching.
Yeah.
But I'm like, fuck it. I can go with that. And the movie kind of, the ending alludes to a sequel, which we could see. A very low budget, but
the problem is there are 4 books at this point. 4 books and a comic, but the protagonist of the 3 subsequent books, they kill him in this movie.
They kill who?
The protagonist of the rest of the story.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know
No,
that. I never read
know.
the book. You read it, or what did you do?
No,
read about it?
I've been looking for the book. I haven't found it yet. Well, I found the website of the author where they have the whole line of books there. I read synopses, and yeah, there were some significant changes, but not as many. The biggest, I think, is that that character died here in the movie. And it's
Well, I know
not
they killed the sergeant. The sergeant has a.
he dies in the book. He dies in the first.
I don't know if I would call it heroic, but he definitely wanted to take some of them out with him to save his
Spoiler
team.
alert.
Well, we're talking about the fucking movie, dickhead.
Yeah, but you want to ruin the whole fucking thing.
Yes,
I'm just
That's what-
joking. I get
people
it.
fucking come here for.
I get
talk
you.
about the movie. We watch the film so they don't have to.
Yeah. They don't have to spend their money to see it.
Oh, Emmanuel has to go. So bye, Emmanuel. Good to
Bye,
see you.
Emmanuel. So, production in February 2022, it was announced that Spark Films had secured the rights to a film adaptation of the 2017 novel Primitive War, Opiate Undertow, by Ethan Pettis, who helped co-write the film's screenplay. Luke Spark was announced to be directing the film, and he'd worked on quite a few indie low-budget films out of Australia. He pitched the film to multiple Hollywood film studios, but was rejected by each one because they considered the pitch to be too similar to Jurassic World franchise. He ultimately began developing the film independently with a budget of around $7 million. And I will tell you right now, this movie's better than anything with Jurassic
Yes.
in its title.
Yes,
Other
it is.
than the original Jurassic Park and the third one. I did like the third one. In April of 24, Ryan Quanten, Tricia Heffer, Nick Wechsler, and Jeremy Piven were cast as the film's leads. Filming took place in the Gold Coast of Queensland. First look images and poster of the film were released by Collider on August of 2024. Speaking on why he chose to adapt the Primitive War novel into film, Sparks stated, quote, "I was captivated by the imagery surrounding Ethan's book in the story it told. I've worked hard on capturing the essence, but also the grittiness, the horror aspects, and the military edge. My vision is to feel like the characters have walked out of the film Platoon and into Jaws as the greatest predator on the planet, or the planet has ever known." So the release, before its theatrical release, Primitive War headlined a panel at San Diego Comic-Con in 2025, back in July, and marking the first time an Australian film was a panel headliner at the convention. Primitive War was theatrically released by Rialto Distribution in Australia on 21st of August 25, and the film received a limited theatrical release on the same day in the United States by Fathom Entertainment. And the film received generally mixed reviews. On the review aggregator website Rotten Tomatoes, it carries a 53, but it's actually higher from audiences, which is what matters. And it gets an 85 from those that have seen the film, and that's pretty good. I don't give two shits about critics' reviews. Like, these guys are paid to go see it, and they don't give a dime to the fucking filmmakers.
Additionally, a lot of the reviewers, if you look at it nowadays, they'll have RogerEbert.com by some Joe Schmo, right? And and that aside, it's like, what do these people know about film other than the bitch about it, or pick it apart?
Well, they tend to be pretentious
They
pricks.
say what they are paid to say.
What did you say?
They're paid to say what they're paid to. They're paid to say what they say.
Yeah.
That's why this is kind of, if for film fans or veterans who want to know good films to see about military. That's why this is these are like kind of more important, because this is just average Joes kind of saying what they think, what they saw. But yeah, overall, I think it's a pretty good film. It's not bad.
Yeah, and I want to point out, the black dude doesn't die. He makes it through the whole film.
Yeah, right. Oh man, the deaths are so brutal in this.
Yeah.
When they get ripped apart by the dinos.
When he pulls out that machete and just starts cutting off dino heads, I was like, "That's fucking cool, man. I don't care who you are. That was fucking cool."
Yeah.
Yeah, but again, a minute ago, bullets didn't do anything to them.
Right.
Well, I know, right? It's like there is some really hinky shit with the way the physics of this movie worked, and it was problematic. But I got to tell you, I enjoyed it more than I disliked stuff in it.
Well, like the water dinosaurs, the dinosaurs swimming through the water and above the water.
The Spinosaurs, yeah.
That was pretty cool. I mean, I just thought the look of everything was pretty nice, pretty high level for what I was expecting.
Well, they actually stuck to the biology of the latest beliefs on dinosaurs. They gave them feathers, which I thought was cool. Even though I'm like, look, man, we don't totally know. We have beliefs that these things were, because they can't even agree what a fucking T-Rex would have sounded like. And another thing I like that, by the way, Anima did not like, was every time the dinosaurs closed their mouths and bit something, they made a popping sound.
Weird popping
which
sound.
I liked it because the roof of their mouth is really high, and that's probably what it would sound like when they bit. But it was driving her nuts. Like, what, she get What does that popping sound? I don't
Yeah,
like it.
it may sound like that. Even dog sounds like that.
Yeah,
Crocodiles that
and
do not
that's
have
where
that.
they get it.
Right. And see,
That's
but the
right.
thing is, my only thing is, it's kind of like the Wile E. Coyote Roadrunner movie, the cartoons, where when he falls off the cliff and all you hear is maybe mic it up a little.
Yes, that you have
when I
a little bass would have.
Yeah.
I want to before I say what I was about to say. I love shots like this. I paused it here just for this because a lot of the shots in this film were as good, if not even better, than some of the shit in Jurassic World.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And I'm like, they out Jurassic World.
Yeah.
And I don't like the Jurassic World films, but the first one I kind of liked, and only because Chris Pratt made it fun, and I can't help it. I like gingers, and I've had a thing for Bryce Dallas Howard for years.
Oh
And
yeah.
so, and seeing her running around in high-heeled shoes was hilarious.
Yeah.
But she managed it.
She did it.
No,
she
I don't.
finally got to take them off later, though.
Another.
Bye,
anachronism.
Emmanuel. We'll see you later.
Another anachronism here is the paleontologist. She says that they are that the raptors that there are velociraptors and Deinonychus.
And Deinonychus is the big one, and Velociraptors
no.
are little tiny guys.
Well,
the size of a
she
poodle.
felt sure because there are three kind of raptors in that movie. Yeah, we have Velociraptor, Deinonychus, and Utahraptors, which is the biggest one.
Yeah, the biggest one.
The problem with she saying Deinonychus is that name wasn't coined until February 1969.
A whole year later. Okay,
Yes.
good point.
And I don't think it got an actual genus until like the late 90s.
69.
96?
No, 69. No,
It
69.
was 69?
All right,
Okay.
so
later.
excellent safety point. Thanks, Egon. This is the Spinosaurus swimming scene. And I really like this footage.
Part of it.
I liked it. I really liked the way they hit the boat going by.
No. I mean that what we're looking is part of the of the animal.
Yeah, part of the animal. And I liked when they came up out of the water, and you can see they're actually two-legged dinosaurs that walk on their legs, but they're good swimmers. I like that.
Almost looked like dolphins the way they were, kind of
the
diving
way they
down,
swam.
Yeah.
Penny, you should watch the film. If you
It's
like
new.
action and dinosaurs, combat action, military films, a lot of combat. Really, the physics of combat in this kind of are goofy. Like the T-Rex, I agree, might have thick enough skin around the skull that an M16 can't penetrate. Okay, because I just watched, by the way, an amazing video showing different rifles trying to penetrate a T-Rex skull. That's made fairly accurately. And let me tell you what, the minute he started getting to the larger hunting rounds, like the 30-06 308, we started seeing damage. But man, when he hit it with that fucking Barrett 50 cal, it's like, yeah, he blew the fucking nose. That snout just opened up. And I'm like, that probably went into his brain pan and killed him. But then he got bigger. He started going for elephant guns. No, he didn't stop there. He went up to the largest single shot weapon made. And he fired it standing, holding that, shouldering it. And when you watch it in slow motion, what it does to his fucking body, that when it recoils, I'm like, I wouldn't want to fucking fire that weapon. I'm telling you right now, it'll probably dislocate my shoulder. Yeah, that's a powerful fucking rifle he fired.
The one thing I would say with the other
that size,
with the other ammo, though, I would think I think they had shots like this of like even the T-Rex with its mouth open and they're firing into the mouth, or if they're firing into the eyes or something like that, you would think that would do a fair amount of damage. Outside, I'll
Yeah.
give you the scaly outside portion of it, but
The
not-
thick skin
Yeah.
mixed with the bony skull, but their organs are not protected. So what you want to do is you want to shoot center mass on them just like you would a human. That's where
Yeah.
you aim. Don't do headshots. That's for Call of Duty. Fucking
Yeah.
center mass gets it done every time. And I'm telling you, when they're firing at those fucking T-Rex, they would not have survived that. It's fucking goofy. I mean,
Yeah.
it's absolutely Minnie Mouse, man. Because Minnie Mouse, as we all know, was fucking goofy. And
That's right. Fucking
yeah, let that one sink in and go, oh, I get that. Okay.
Yeah.
And oh, you got to go too, Snorty? Okay, buddy. Love you, man. Take care.
Bye,
Have a good
Snorty.
day.
Bye, Snorty.
Hey,
Since you
let's
mentioned-
play him out. Let's play him out. Hold on, baby. Hold that thought. I
Okay.
want to get to that video again. Where did you put it? Where did you put it, Martin? There. One of the best puppeteers I've seen in a while. People didn't understand it. He does it the same way Big Bird did it, which is his left arm goes into the arm and his right hand manipulates the eyes and mouth.
Mhm.
But occasionally, nothing, just dancing. That's his head doing movement for the head, and his other hand goes in there and he does like that. Forgot what that's called, the wave thing.
Yeah.
Because I learned to do that. We used to do breakdancing back in the 80s. I did gay shit like that.
Yeah, and then they have the wire or whatever that runs through the body of the suit to the one arm that's not got an arm in it, and so when you move the opposite arm,
It moves a little bit. Yeah, because that's what Big Bird did. Okay, Anima, you were going to say something. I like this too, that they showed real elephants. I like that.
Yeah,
even though they're not, they're CG. Anima, you were going to make a point.
Yeah, well, you mentioned headshots, and I wanted to point out one thing that I really liked is when you see in the beginning scene, like this endless 30 minutes when you get to know the team. Every time they shoot somebody, you see a blood spray, and I appreciated that because we don't get that often in movies, and they did that here, and that looked cool.
Specifically, like headshots.
Yeah.
You'll get a blood spray, and it's a fine mist. And but I tell people all the time, it's like you don't always get a lot of blood, and in fact. Every American that watched that news that day saw what it looks like when somebody gets shot. And I've just tried to describe that for people that it's horrifying to watch somebody get shot. And I will never watch that video again because it's just it's so fucking hard.
it's disturbing. Yeah,
but now we know, by the way, that whatever round was fired, it splintered. We're getting certain people were saying there was no medical examiner. I'm like, the fuck there isn't. That's who takes the body, the medical examiner. And if somebody is murdered, they are always sent to the coroner for a medical examination, period. Every state. That's just the law. And this famous guy that, don't get me wrong, he's a conspiracy guy, and I think he's got some stuff right, but he was like talking about shit, and it's like, why haven't we? And I'm like, because it's an active investigation. Well, why hasn't this? Because it's an active investigation. Why don't we have? Because it's an active investigation. You dumb motherfucker! Stop doing clickbait. So I stopped watching him. I'm not watching that guy right now because he's just doing this. Yeah, I got to tell you, man, some of these scenes. And by the way, anybody in the military knows what that was on his shoulder. Fuck you, Mike. I mean, hi, buddy.
Hey, Mike.
Our good friend Mike's in the chat comment.
I don't know what you're talking about on his shoulder. What?
When he was going underwater and you see a pouch on his shoulder. And I'm like, everybody who served in the Army knows exactly what that fucking is. It's on his LBE. The upper portion of the LBE, because LBE stands for lower bearing equipment. And you wear I just got the word, like hold your pants up over your shoulder.
Suspenders.
It looks like suspenders, but it's there to hold up your lower bearing equipment. And so therefore we started using the upper portion of the LB for carrying shit. And that's our one of our basic medic packs. It's got bandages and shit. And every soldier carried a single vial of morphine with, I think it's 10 milligrams was in ours. And I was a medic. I had more. I had a lot of controlled substances. You mean blue? I'm sure they're pretty sad right now. I'm slightly offended. Wait a minute. I don't care.
Classic Mike.
Yeah. I like it when he joins us. He hasn't joined us in a while. Starting to feel unloved.
He tried the other day and then his shit crashed or something.
Yeah, his shit crashed. He wasn't able to stay with us. Or at least that was his excuse.
Yeah, right.
Gambit says, I've never been to France, but I would like to go there to smell the cuisine. That's the thing I said that's best about France is the art and the cuisine and some of their filmmaking. The best filmmaker to come out of France for me is Luc Besson. And before that was, I said his name to you the other day, Enema. Now it's like I forgot his name. Francois Truffaut. I fucking love his movies. Boy, their Russians are so over the top. Again, for a $7 million movie, their effects are really good in this film.
Absolutely.
I think, and it's a matter of personal taste, it would have looked better if they have shot it in film instead of digital.
Well, it's why you get some of the saturation that Anima hated.
Yeah, everything is
Because
great.
they shot it digitally.
I didn't like that.
And this movie needs to have grain.
Vibrant
Yes.
color and grain.
Yeah.
And for those of you not in the know, film isn't counted in pixels, it's counted in grain. And one of my favorites is 400, 500 grain film. It just looks really good. And you pause on it and you'll see that they look like little specks all over the place. And that's the grain of the film. And when it starts moving, you don't notice it so much. But when you pause on a scene, you'll see the film grain. And I love that. And what pissed me off was Cameron went and used AI to remove all the grain from his fucking movies. Shot on film. And that's why his films look so fucking bad. He thinks they look wonderful. They look fucking awful.
Yeah.
They don't.
Being a former
plastic.
projectionist, film had its problems, but in the middle of it, mostly you're okay. But at the end, you always got, you'll get emulsion scratches and you get like dirt that forms like where the reels are put together. You get shit that comes off the tape and it shows up on the screen. Those places, that's how I could always tell when a reel change was. I could be sitting in the audience.
Well,
and
and when that happens, that means they put it in the can wet. When that happens,
it can be, yeah.
You know, but I've read where they've done that shit, and guys will complain about the film sometimes even being sticking to itself.
Yeah,
it's that emotion.
Nowadays, most of theaters are digital projectors.
Yes.
Yep.
What you could do is shut it in film and then transfer to digital and keep the grain.
That is a beautiful handgun right there. What's this? Especially the best filmmaking has originated from France. I would say some of the best. I wouldn't say the best. But yeah, Lumiere, the Lumiere brothers invented the camera in 1895. And some of the earliest special effects came out of France. This Russian officer was the single most unbelievable character in there. This is great when the thing looks down and sees its dead baby, and then looks up and you see, okay, shit's about to happen here. But this scene, this T-Rex would have died.
When
No
they
matter
had
how
time.
big it is,
Yeah.
this T-Rex would have fucking died. And I think they should have showed it dying and killing as many of them as it could before it died, getting its revenge on that fucking Russian.
Yeah, some of the best acting in the whole thing by that T-Rex, the mama T-Rex.
Yeah.
I cannot talk enough because Tom and I've done that. We've gone in along with Andre talking about German expressionism and how it got killed by the that thing called the Yahtzee movement. They killed German expressionism, and it
They
is
killed
some
more
of the
than that.
best- Well, they killed some of the people and drove them out of Germany and Europe. Period. Peter Lorre fled. One of my favorite films, again, by one of the best German expressionist directors, was M.
Yeah.
That movie is so fucking creepy, and there were members of the party that were trying to say that it was a criticism of them, but it was just a really good fucking movie, and they were putting more into it, and it scared the shit out of Peter Lorre. He fled Europe, came to America over that shit. Well, first Britain, and he made a movie in Britain that was really good called The Man Who Knew Too Much with Alfred Hitchcock. And the original Man Who Knew Too Much is the better of the two versions that Hitchcock made. And I cannot say how much I fucking enjoyed the biting sounds when they would chomp and you'd hear that like two pieces of wood being smacked together in a hollow
Exactly.
chamber.
That's it. It was like,
I fucking love that sound. And I'm sorry that bugged Anima. I'm like, I fucking love that because when you hear animals biting at you, you hear that fucking sound. My dogs, when they would do that shit, you could hear it even with them.
mm-hmm.
And for animals who don't have hinged jaws like humans do and apes have, the ability to chew like this, and that's all they do. And they bite.
Bite.
Which is, yeah, there you go. Itchy and scratchy. Bite. Itchy and scratch. Yeah, I fucking love that shit. I am a huge fan of the Golem and Nosferatu. I think, didn't you cover the Golem on your channel? I seem to remember. I thought it was you. The Golem is a great fucking movie. Metropolis is just wow, what a movie.
I think the only one that I don't have is The Last Laugh.
I don't have it either, but I've seen it. And I do believe, yes, it is available on this website. Let me get it for you guys. Royalty-free movies. And there are some great freaking films over there on this website. You have to go through them all. They don't have a search feature on this website, which makes no sense to me. But here you guys go. Public domain films. There you go.
Okay.
A lot of great silent films, sound films. There's even some more modern films that studios went out of business or didn't want to spend money on anymore.
Right. It's like It's a Wonderful Life for a long time was public domain, and then somebody bought up the rights to it. I think it was Republic Pictures bought them up like in the late 80s or something. But up till then, you'd see it on every channel at Christmas time because they could run it for free and people loved it.
Actually, and hey, I'm glad you brought that movie up, Gambit, because I have talked about that ad nauseum on this channel when people, I don't watch films based on their politics. I say, if you make a good film, I don't care what your politics are. I will watch it. And the Battleship Potemkin is one of those films by Sergei Einstein. And that is one of my favorite films from my childhood. And I still like watching it every once in a while. That nightmare scene with the baby carriage scene on the steps where during the revolt and they start killing people. This scene is so fucking unbelievable. It pissed me off. Because all they had to do was fire down that fucking hallway and they would just start dropping these things. Because they are not thick-skulled like the T-Rex. The 223 would fucking smoke one of those guys. Head, body, aim, center mass. You will kill them. Shoot their fucking hearts. Drop them immediately. Some of the filmmakers were veterans of the German and Austro-Hungarian armies, and the distorted scenery was meant to evoke the disorientation of the battlefield. Thank you, Alpha. I really appreciate this guy. I appreciate all you guys, but I love some of you even more, like Gambit, who brings the knowledge. Yes, occasionally he copy and pastes from IMDb, and we tease him about
what
it.
we just said.
Yeah, and he'll start talking about shit that we talked about an hour earlier. Like we already went over that, but I don't care. I fucking love Gambit. He brings the knowledge. He always has something interesting to say. He's got great opinions. Alpha's the same way. Comic Relief, God, I'm going to just go through it and say everybody's fucking names. Because Gambit, Emmanuel, what I love about Emmanuel, she just loves what we talk about. Her and Regis, they're like that. Penny, she just loves the way we talk about stuff. She gets a kick out of us. And I hate saying this because she's a God-fearing woman, church-going lady. We have ruined Penny. We have ruined her.
She does backdoor breaches. Would you believe
she
that?
does backdoor breaches all the fucking time, you know. And Genghis Khan, John Osteen, they bring the knowledge, especially when we start talking about real world shit. Connie Cleary too, Andy Morrow. Andy Morrow is probably my biggest stalker on Facebook Messenger, and I love it. I will be exhausted, ready for fucking bed, and he'll send me something. Him and Tim send me shit like every fucking day that will fucking make me laugh. And I'm like, I'm so glad I have those guys sending me shit. It annoys everybody else. Like Anima is a complainer. And it's like, you know, Anima is one of those people, if she doesn't have something to complain about, she is unhappy.
Shut the fuck up.
Exactly. like she's been bitching the whole cast here.
Yeah, you don't hear like I do, because I listen to everything she says, and you thought these were listening to me. I went, I heard every bitch you just made. I heard everything. She said, I'm fucking bitching, and then I'm like, that. Our fights are fun. I enjoy our fights.
At least one of you does.
11 Alpha.
Yeah, right.
I think she enjoys it too, because she'll start laughing because I'm just being a complete asshole.
If I remember,
the goofiest firefight scene, because this close quarter shit, when you've got a fucking waist gunner or machine gunner, door machine gunner behind him, not that guy you see there, but to his right, our left, there's a guy on an M60. And they're all in his fucking line of fire.
Yeah. That makes zero sense.
Like, what the fuck are you doing? Either get in the fucking helicopter or move out of his fucking way. Because the M60 will get to the chopper.
Chopper!
It's out of there. There's a bomb in there.
Get out of the chopper.
Again, I want to compliment our audience. We have the single best audience. We have the most interactive audience that we interact with because we like interacting. I especially enjoy it more than probably anybody interacting with our chat.
I don't know if you saw the comment.
Always have something to say.
Earlier, there was a comment from what is it, Osteen's, whatever his name is.
John Osteen's, yeah.
Yeah. Take a look at his comments. He made a comment about how he learned so much from watching you and
thank you, Martin.
That's a really nice compliment. I just wanted to point that out because, I mean, I think demystifying some of the stuff does help, you know,
Yeah.
make people love cinema even more. I mean,
Yeah, because I went to film school, and I was there for about a semester, and I went, "Oh yeah, this is a complete waste of time. I know everything you're already trying to teach me.
right.
I learned it from reading books about making film, because that was all I read for years was making films and how to do it. What was that one book? And somebody brought it up the other day on another show. I went, oh my God, I fucking love that book, Painting with Shadow. And because I learned the first thing I learned was how to shoot black and white. And I used to like buying black and white film, 16 millimeter. I had a Kodak hand cranked 16 millimeter camera I bought from NBC in Illinois, and the local NBC affiliate. And it had the 3 lenses, and I fucking loved that camera, man. And I'd buy black and white, man, and just working with it. And I tell people all the time, if you want to shoot black and white, the trick is to use a yellow filter on your camera, a yellow gel, and lighting with yellow too, because it really brings out the shadows.
Right.
It contrasts. So they make it back home. I thought we were already there. No, we're not. Yeah, this is like all the way through this movie. I'm like, yeah, the black man's going to die. He'll die. They're going to kill him, and then they're going to be able to yell, yeah, you're racist.
Well,
no.
There are 2 black guys, and one of them dies. So
one of them dies, but the other dude with the machete, he fucking makes it. And
because he has a machete. That's
because
why.
I think his character is Congolese, as I recall. He's from the Congo. And boy, I got to tell you, I have a problem with Jeremy Piven's helmet there, because M1 helmets are fucking huge, and that one looks small on him. And I'm like, his head can't be that fucking big. I love this shot right here. This is a great shot, all CG.
Yeah,
that was a great shot. Which one are you talking about, bud? Which movie is he talking about? Yeah, again, but go look at that website, flip through there. I'm telling you, man, the person who found this is Fat Steven Seagal, and he gave it to me. He said, dude, check this website out. And I've wanted to do what Mike is doing, where I wanted to do like creature feature. We will be doing it this month. I still don't know. And anybody who has advised me how to do this, I want to do a live stream only on Rumble, where we can do where I can show the movie. And I may show it, just do it through streaming and turn off my camera so we can watch it. And by the way, I haven't checked my temperature, because my computer's been overheating. I've been steady, Anima, this whole show between 150 and 156.
So whatever you learned from YouTube yesterday does the trick. It did the trick. I mean, it's still, I would prefer it to be a lot cooler than that, around 120 to 130, but still, but here's what it is. It's not high anymore. It's StreamYard that's doing it, because last night when I called you, Charlie, the temperature stayed around 120 to 130 the whole call, video call. I've said it before. StreamYard is a processor monster. It is. It really fucking makes me angry that it does that, because it shouldn't be doing that. Putting it all on our computers. And what's worse is every single one of us that are in here are having the same thing happening to our computer. You might not notice it, but it is. The temperature on your GPU or CPU runs hot while you're on StreamYard. Yep. And there's no excuse for that shit. And they should be doing better than that. And if they don't, proves again they don't care. The thing is, so much of what StreamYard does needs to be on the client side, because it's all running on scripting. Yeah, but you look at the shit that you do when you're in Messenger. That's all on us too. That's all on us, and yet it doesn't affect my computer the way this does. Also, the other websites that do this, they're not as good as StreamYard, but they're less taxing.
on my computer when I've tried them. What's this alpha? Or is it LBE's H strap or Y strap? I saw some guys with Y straps. The one dude that was drowning or that drowned was killed either going into the water or died in the water. He was wearing the Y strap. And because I pointed out that he had the medical pack right here on the shoulder. And I'm like, ha! Army knows that. I know that. That's our medic pack. Because all my gear was Vietnam era until later when we got our Kevlars. Because like when I was in basic, we had the M1 helmets, piss pots. And then we got the AIT down in Texas and we got the new shit. And that was nice.
Interesting name. The piss pot.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the old saying, I ain't got a piss or a pot to piss in. And yeah, it was a piss pot. And you used it for everything.
Yeah, I'm beginning to see that.
You shaved, you brushed your teeth in it. Some guys would use the bottom half that held up the canteen inside the case. And the old canteens. And they had a little thing that you also could put over heat and, eat out of, get hot food out of it. We had some of that gear. But the fact is, for basic and AIT, all I had was plastic for my canteens. We never got any old metal ones. I got to tell you, man, I'm looking at him. I talked to Rick Thompson this week, and he's my go-to guy, man, for computers and IT shit. And I told him, I said, hey, man, got a laptop that's overheating and locking up. And if I don't do something quickly, that's going to ruin the computer. It's going to destroy it. So I did some stuff, little tricks here and there, because I have a cooling pad with the fans, but it's not cutting it. And so I went in and I cleaned it out, dusted the laptop to make sure there's no dust in any of the vents. That's helping a little bit. And I went in and learned a little trick using a program called MSI Afterburner. And you can actually control your cooling fans with it.
Yeah, good product. Yeah.
And I looked at that and I watched some of the recommendation videos, and people they said, I can't speak high enough about what they do. It really is. And you go into your settings and you show it at what temperature, because there's a temperature row at the bottom and then the speed at the top. And then you start telling it. And it's like steps. You want to, stagger it like steps going up to keeping it like when it gets to the hottest is when you want it working the hardest.
Right.
And
looks like a graphic equalizer, for sound.
It really does. Yeah.
Yeah. Because you hit those sliders and tell it, all right, I don't want it to hit, you can be at 60 degrees Fahrenheit when I'm doing the least little shit, but don't let it get to 100 when I'm really taxing it. Right. Something like that.
So Alpha, I've told the story of my mom. I'm sitting at a table. Almost all of the men at this table are military and combat vets. And we're all sitting there and we're talking about like military gear that we always liked and what we didn't like. And my mom perks up and she goes, you know what my favorite hat was? I like, okay, Mom, what was that? She goes, I like that hat. They called it the cunt cap. And I had taken a drink and I did a spit taking joke. Like going, Mom, no. Oh, no. Kids are here. No, that's not the real name for that. And that's the one that Alpha is talking about. The nickname for it is cunt caps. And the reason why is because it's red on the inside and it splits like this. It's part of your dress uniform.
Someone just mentioned changing your CPU paste. But that's not a bad idea. Got a tube over here if you need it.
Ochre Race 66666. Welcome to the show.
On that note, I need to go ahead and take off. I need to get some sleep sometime here, brother. We're rolling right up on 2.
I thought you kind of fell
hours.
asleep during the show.
No, the toothpicks have been holding in there. You didn't see them, but
Oh, that's
will
how
do
you
it.
do it. Okay.
Keith falls asleep during shows.
Oh yeah.
I'm not Keith.
We'll be
I
sitting
wouldn't
there-
notice.
Well, I know we're like twins. Now that I have the beard and everything, I mean, we're so much closer.
You've got almost the biker looking mutton chop thing going on here.
Yeah, it looks
here.
weird. I died. Well, the hair's died. It's under a cap for a reason. Because it's all messy. But I dyed that, and I dyed my beard, and my beard is growing out, of course, because it's shorter hair. It's growing faster. So,
Well, I dyed mine for quite a while because you on the shows you can't see sometimes on my older camera. I'm so white that you couldn't see my facial hair. So I darkened it so you could see I had facial hair. But now with the better camera, you can see I have a gray mustache. And I got this weird fucking
Yeah, and I almost
relative
regret it.
beard because it's black on this side and white right here.
right.
It's like really weird. And I got those weird gray streaks in my hair.
Yeah.
And I look like somebody like dyed their hair for a gray streak. It's like, no, that gray hair is all from my daughter. She gave them to me.
My mom had a skunk streak, literally right down the middle of you. Whenever you saw
I
her,
don't
she dyed it because it looked like a skunk streak right straight down her head. So,
do you remember when we were at your mom's funeral and I fucking started crying because I got angry because they had put rouge on her?
yeah, so you never really saw her
Put
with
the makeup on that woman, and it upset me. And then Lori and I were standing out there to the minister from her church. I don't know if it was your church or not, but she was not Episcopalian. What the fuck was she? Presbyterian.
Yeah.
And he's like looking at me as I'm standing there talking, and we're all three together. And he says, "Where did you meet this guy? A roller skating rink?" And I was like, "What the fuck did he just say?"
That would be Howard Lemming. Yeah, he had that kind of sense of humor.
Yeah, but I was like, I didn't know how to take that. I'm like, he just shit on me. Where'd you meet this guy in a roller skating rink? And I'm like, I don't even skate. I think I said, I don't even skate. Like, what?
He walked off with a grin on his face.
Hey, look who's showing now.
Mephisto.
No, he's been here
my-
a while.
Rogue, like White Streak, like the movie X-Men, not the cartoon. I've only seen your kids. You've never put your woman on camera while I've been there. I like his kids. They're funny. I like his kids. And we always pray for Mephisto because he is in Israel and they are still in a. Right now, things are looking good, but it's been hairy for him.
Can you ask him to keep Trump while he's over there? Trump's over there, right? He may have already gone to Egypt, but he was over there.
No, I want it back. Jesus Christ. I got a chance of making money again. Fuck off.
I'm just saying, just keep him over there for a while. We still have to hear from him, but I got to go though, guys.
All right, buddy.
Thanks for having me.
See you, man.
I'll be happy to be part of the team as much as I can. So if you'll have me, I'll hang here.
And I won't warn Martin. Just show up when you show up, and then he'll go, "Oh, Charlie is here."
Oh, Charlie is here. I won't have a chance to talk at all.
He's not Asian. He's Hispanic.
I didn't say. I didn't go. Oh, he's a. Don't get me
long
started on that
time.
because I'll get us banned too.
Did you just assume my race?
I didn't
Everybody
assume-
knows he is a Russian bot hiding behind a Mexican avatar.
Look, I'm going to tell you something very, very simple. You'll never get anything sexier than him with hair.
Oh man, va 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 voom. Back up to that glory hole, boy.
His head's shaved. He always keeps his head shaved. But
Yeah,
I've always
because my
wondered what he
hair
looks
never
like.
looked like that.
Yeah, and I'm like, well, that's what he looks like with hair. All right.
I'm a southern
really,
boy.
but-
Drop them panties, boy. You ever see Deliverance? I'm going to show you what
You got
it's
a
really
purty
like.
mouth.
No,
Purty mouth.
no, bad, Charlie, bad.
Bad, very bad. Yes.
All right,
that's
I'm gonna play you out with this video, and then you can get the fuck out of here, Charlie. Here you
Okay,
go.
which video
This is
do
your
I
outro
make?
video.
Pudding.
No, thank you, sir.
Bye.
Everybody.
Bye.
So we're gonna wind up too. Get the hell out of here. I need some sleep. I've only gotten 2 hours sleep myself, and I'm just exhausted. I did not want to wake up. That alarm was going off, and I'm like hitting a snooze, and then it hit like 9:36, and I'm like, I rolled over onto all fours, and I'm like, get up, asshole, get up, and I made myself get up.
In a drill sergeant.
Shut up, Gary. Let me hold the Trump toy for a little while, and I'll give it back to you. Okay, buddy. I'm going to get a bobblehead Trump, and I'm going to have one sent to him over there. So, like, we can act like it's one bobblehead, and it's like, I got it this week. Then he can do it. I got bobblehead Trump now. I hope you guys enjoyed Charlie. I love Charlie. I've been friends with him for a long time. And he's always been there for me, and I've been there for him.
He's actually the first of your friends that I got to meet.
Yep. And I will tell you, Charlie went through some rough shit with that divorce, and I gave him tough love because he needed it. He needed
I'm
somebody
so glad he's doing well now.
to tell him not to let people like that have power over you, because he allowed her to control how he felt. And I'm like, you got to stop that, man. You need to cowboy the fuck up and fucking stop whinging about this shit and fucking learn where things went wrong, own your portion of it, and recognize what the fuck she really did that upsets you. And he did that. He defined all those things, and he understood. And I was glad I could be there for him, because he really needed somebody to give him tough love, because all he's got is his sisters, and man, they're never going to do that. So PCM with Gary and Keith. I might do Wings, which is a war drama from 27. I know the film. It's got what is considered to be, for quite a while, one of the best dogfights in the history of film. Won the first Oscar. Yeah, I absolutely agree with you, Gambit. It's okay. It's a great movie. It's all right. I love the film. I love the cinematography in it. And they did a little thing in there too. There's one scene that I never fully understood how they pulled it off. And then I finally found out how they did it. And I'm like, because I had a suspicion what it was, and I was partially right. But I was really impressed how they pulled it off. And I don't want to talk about it. We should talk about it on the show sometime. Do a show about it. Glad you liked him, Gambit. And I've invited him to be a part of the show and come on here regularly. I told him, he's a military brat, and he is a close friend of a military vet. So therefore, he's welcome here. Yeah. But that's it, guys. We're going to get the hell out of here.
And he does his homework. He takes that seriously. I like that.
Yeah, I like that about him. Although with the way we wing it on this show, you waste a lot of your notes on it. Anima learned that.
Oh, yeah. I
you
learned
know.
that the hard way.
Poor Anima. I remember
frustrated with my notes, and they were
was
going off.
when she showed her notes, her copious notes on camera.
2 pages of handwritten long notes.
Well, that was back when you had me do a scene by scene on what was it, House of the Dragon? The first season, you had me do the scene by scene stuff. So yeah, I needed those notes. We didn't have the slideshow yet.
And I prefer the slideshow, and I like winging it. I like remembering moments, looking on screen, seeing what's happening in the slideshow, and I go, "Oh man, that scene." So
I still take notes though of things that I think should be mentioned, and I'm just hoping I'd get them in.
yeah. And by the way, Gambit, this is proof again that I really love my friendships with people, and politics don't get in the way because Charlie, like Keith, is a classic liberal, and but we've always got along. We've argued, but a lot of love. None of this. I can't be friends with you because you are the wrong politics. Our friendship means more than that. So
Mike is note shaming me. I can't believe it.
yeah, that's Mike, man. I told you he's an asshole.
Yeah. Fuck you, Mike. Too cool
Oh,
to
come
hang
on.
out
Oh my
with
God.
us now.
Jagari said love.
Yeah, he's gay like that.
Yeah, I harbor a lot of gay stuff. Just remember, I'm a straight man trapped in a gay body. Yeah, there you go. I'm a bear. Also, I am a power bottom. So there you go. And Martin, you know, I know you get annoyed, but
Una chingada,
I'm always
vámonos, cabrón. ¡Esto es procedimiento! ¡A la chingada el procedimiento, cabrón! ¡Vámonos!
Hey, did Hammerschlag show up today?
No.
I didn't see him. No.
That's so
Aw.
odd.
So gay of you, Mike.
Hell's Angels, yep, another good one. Is it like a good DVD or one of those ones that's like basically standard definition and they didn't even bother to upgrade it to DVD? It still looks like SD. I get those every once in a while. I hope you get a really good one, good copy. I got suckered by that one time. I bought a copy of His Girl Friday, and it was on DVD, and it's not DVD level. It's pure SD. The quality was crap. A lot of line smoothing in it. Oh, really fucking hated that. So there we go. All right. Anybody want to say anything before we go?
No.
Let's get out of here.
Now. What are you, Martin? Are you the butler from Clue? No.
No.
All right. We'll see you guys later. Martin will be back
Bye.
tomorrow with the chief. And I saw the movie. What is it?
Oh, the old man with the gun and the gun.
Yeah. I've been wanting to do that. So we're going to wait a while and we'll do it.
Watching the movie, I got the impression that the chief, he talks like Robert Redford. His voice reminds me of Robert Redford.
He's very soft-spoken. He is very soft-spoken. Very firm when he's speaking, but yeah. So, but he's going to be doing that movie tomorrow. So if you guys want to stop in and check him out, absolutely. The Old Man and the Gun with Robert Redford. And I think it's a worthwhile watch for him. So please drop in and say hi to him. And we will see you guys later. Everybody have a good one. We'll see you on Wednesday. And till then, bye.
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 Y'all come back now. You hear?
Matt Damon.